Did you know there's a bill sitting on President Biden's desk right now that could completely change the way we protect kids and support families? It's called the Supporting America's Children and Families Act, H.R.9076. But here's the kicker, almost no one is talking about it. Stick around, because this bill is one of the most important things to happen in child welfare in years, and it needs our attention. This bill tackles one of the biggest issues in child welfare, racial disparities. Black, brown, and indigenous families are too often treated unfairly in the system. ProPublica and The Hill have pointed out how these families are disproportionately affected. This bill works to fix that, keeping families together whenever possible and promoting fairness across the board. It also focuses on something close to my heart, helping kids stay connected to their parents, even if the parents are incarcerated. Those relationships are critical for a child's well-being, and this bill protects those bonds. Plus, it cuts caseworker paperwork by 15%, which might not sound like much, but let me tell you, that means caseworkers can spend more time with kids and families instead of being buried in forms. Mental health support is another big win here. Foster kids often lose access to mental health services as they get older, but this bill makes sure they keep receiving help until they're 26. That kind of stability can completely change a young adult's future. And let's not forget the kinship caregivers, grandparents, aunts, uncles, and others who step up when parents can't. Wake Up to Politics highlighted how there are over 2.5 million kinship caregivers in the U.S., and this bill makes sure they get federal grants to help with the costs of raising these kids. It's about time their work is recognized and supported. Here's the part that really hits home for me. This bill addresses poverty in a way we haven't seen before. PBS reported that families sometimes lose their kids solely due to poverty. I've seen it happen too many times, and it breaks my heart. This bill changes that by allowing states to use federal funds to help families in financial crises so they can stay together. No child should be taken from their parents just because the family is struggling financially. It also extends funding for programs that combat child abuse and neglect, with a $75 million annual increase starting in 2026. According to The Guardian, these programs are critical for protecting vulnerable children. This wasn't some quick last-minute effort either. Congress.gov shows that the House Ways and Means Committee spent over a year working on this bill, including 16 bipartisan proposals. It's a rare example of lawmakers from both sides coming together to make meaningful changes. But here's the problem. Reuters pointed out that this bill hasn't gotten the attention it deserves. That's where you come in. If you care about protecting kids, supporting families, and creating a fairer system, hit like, leave a comment, and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Let's make sure President Biden signs this bill into law. And don't forget to follow me for updates. Together, we can make a real difference for America's children and families.